Definitely is not an easy thing for people who are on a fixed income or who are lower income to find housing right now.
And rental assistance nonprofit Jesse Tree expects it to get worse. Governor Brad Little signed House Bill 545 into law last week. It restricts cities and counties from regulating rent, fees, or deposits. News Channel 7's Andrew Bartline learned that's going to create some problems or more problems for some renters in Boise.
Yeah, the capital city approved multiple regulations in recent years to cap rental fee applications and ban discrimination based on income. These local steps are protections for renters through a housing crisis, but this new law hands that power back to the landlords.
A small building just outside downtown Boise confronts big problems.
I help clients who go through eviction court and have move-out agreements.
But a bigger building
The Senate will be in order.
has other thoughts in mind.
Senators, this is a very simple bill. It's simply trying to make sure that a city or a county, for example, can't tell you or require that you lower your rent at your rental property. And that's it in a nutshell.
But back at the tree, they know there's more beneath the wood casing.
I was following it pretty closely.
It's a shell cracked by Tony Torres.
I'll just say I was very disappointed. Idaho is already a very landlord-friendly state. It's not a very tenant-friendly state.
Through a half-hour debate
I don't think it's fair.
and self-aware proceedings,
We know what our biggest cities are that this impacts the most.
Idaho lawmakers shook the tree,
The vote count shows 26 in favor with 9 against.
disrupting all the respective branches.
I've had clients who struggle to come up with one or two $25 to $30 application fees in a month. Once it goes into effect, landlords can charge whatever they want for an application fee. They can charge $50, they can charge $80, they can charge $200.
Under the soon-to-be law, landlords can also deny an applicant on a federal housing program because they don't want a poor tenant. It overrides a City of Boise ordinance that prohibits discrimination based on income.
They still take you through their screening criteria, and if there's another reason why you're not qualified, they deny you. They're not forced to actually rent to you if you had a Section 8 voucher.
A local protection in an ongoing housing crisis.
That's gone now.
And it's a problem written in ink by the same pen that made it law. Jesse Tree's staff already read the governor's reasoning
I have.
in a transmittal letter of more parts question
Sure.
than answer.
We must have laws in place that protect property owners from local laws and ordinances that limit their ability to manage their property and determine their tenants. That said, I am also a strong believer in local control where the locally elected leaders are best situated to develop solutions that fit their communities and neighborhoods.
What do you think when you read that from the governor, knowing that he signed it?
I don't think these ordinances prevented private property owners from deciding what they wanted to do with their property. All it did was set guidelines.
In a nutshell, a safety net. Something to stop vulnerable renters from hitting every branch on the way down.
But we have to start thinking more broadly about this issue and how we can make sure that we don't see that increase in homelessness.
Jesse Tree adds most landlords are not the problem, and just because landlords have the freedom to charge more for an application fee, they say that doesn't mean all will, but they know that some will. And they add about 3,500 people applied for emergency rental assistance back in 2023 at Jesse Tree. They could help about a quarter of those people. So they know the scope is larger than one agency can figure out, but they're afraid it's going to get worse because of this, and more people may not get the help they need.
Another aspect of this, you talked about this almost, I want to say, a year and a half ago with third-party payments. Boise changed their ordinances that they had to accept those, and now that goes away as well.
Yeah, if you're struggling to meet rent and I cut you a check to help you out, your landlord can say, I want it from Brian, not Andrew.
Right, or an agency or service agency that just wants to help you for that month. Yep. Exactly. All right, thank you very much, Andrew.